Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make a drawstring pouch. Ever since I was a little kid, they sold these little packs of gum. I think they called them Gold Rush or Gold Nuggets. And there was little pieces of gum shaped like, gold nuggets that were in a little drawstring pouch. And I love the gum, but I love the pouch more. When I was done with the gum, I always kept those pouches, and I would put all kinds of little stuff in it, little knickknacks and trinkets and whatever I happen to have laying around. And if I got some change from my grandfather or my parents, I'd carry that around in there. And I don't know, I just thought it was like the coolest thing. I've always had a little bit of a fascination for pouches. So through the years I've learned how to make them. They're very, very simple to make, and they're very useful. So there's a couple different types. You have this type here that has two strings. Okay, one goes in that way and comes out around that way, and then the other one goes in this way and comes out that way. And when you pull them in opposite directions, they close the top and you can tie it or whatnot. Okay. Then you have this type here that has one string that goes all the way around, and it has what they call a cord stop. It's spring activated, and you would push that little button, pull the string, let the button go, and it holds it closed. So I'm going to show you how to make both these types. So you can use whatever material you happen to have laying around. These are both a nylon material. This one's actually a waterproof material. You can use regular cotton, you can use muslin, you can use canvas. Again, you make it to what your needs are. So what you're going to need to do is, to make the type out of one piece, you're going to need to make the part here at the top that the string goes through. So you're going to want to figure out what's the inside and what's the outside. For this material, it really doesn't matter. One's just kind of a little bit shinier, right? So we'll make that the outside. So you're going to put the outside down, and you're going to fold over the part where the string is going to go. You want to leave about, I'm going to say about a ½ inch. Okay, maybe this is a little bit more than ½ inch, because you want to make sure that the string is going to run through there freely. All right, so I'd say maybe this is 5/8. Again, it's not critical, but you just want to make sure it's not too tight. Then you're going to get yourself an iron, and you're going to press that down so it leaves a crease. That's all you need. Doesn't have to stay down, just as long as you have that crease there. Now also, let me mention, if you're using a material that frays, you're going to need to hem that first. So you would fold this down. You can use some of that hemming tape that you iron on, or you could sew this with a machine before you actually make that second crease, so that the pieces don't fray out. But this doesn't fray, so we're good. So you have this crease here. Then you're going to fold this way, match up all the ends, and give yourself another line, and just press that down. Okay, so now we have a crease going that way, and we have a crease going that way. As you can see, that's going to end up being the pouch. Now if you have two pieces, you're going to do the same thing. Figure out what's going to be the inside and the outside. So that's going to be the outside. We're going to put this down, fold over, get your iron, press that down. And again, don't worry about it if it doesn't stay. It's giving us that line, and when we go back and sew it, it's very easy to fold it over. We'll take this piece. That's going to be the outside, so we're going to fold that in. Now when you have the two pieces, make sure that they kind of match up. Again, if it's a little bit over on this side or a little bit over on this side, that's okay, because you could trim it up. And it's going to be, you're doing it from the inside out. So Press that down. And there you go. So now we have our pieces basically cut, and again, they could be any size you want. They could be huge, they could be tiny. So we have the creases put in for our two pieces. We have our crease put in for the bag that's going to have one piece. So now I'm going to go get the sewing machine set up, because that's the easiest way to do it. If you don't have a sewing machine, you could definitely do this by hand. It just will take you a little longer. And I also think that when you do it with the sewing machine, you kind of get a better stitch and a better look. So we're going to do it on the machine. I'll get everything set up and I'll be back. Alright, we got the machine set up. We're going to take our piece, first piece here. Hopefully this will show up. We're going to fold this over. We're going to put this under our foot. Drop the needle. We're going to give this a stitch. Give it a back stitch. Actually, what we're going to do is make sure the needle is down. We're just going to turn it around and we'll give it a second stitch. And then we'll give it a back stitch a couple times. I'm not an expert with a sewing machine, but I know enough to be dangerous. So lift your foot up, pull it out. That happens sometimes. Get a couple extra threads there. When you back stitch, just pull that out. And we have, hopefully that shows up. Have that stitched. Now you're going to fold this with this on the outside. And we're going to give this a stitch. Actually, we'll start up here at the top. Now you want to make sure you don't close off that little channel that you made. So you're going to start where those stitches go across. Drop your needle. Actually, that's not straight. There you go. Lift your foot, turn this around, go across the bottom. We'll turn it around, we'll give it another stitch, double stitch. Don't forget, you don't want to go past that stitch on the top. Give it a little back stitch. And that's good. Okay, so basically this pouch, let's see if I could zoom out. So basically this one is done. Now it's going to be turned inside out, or right side out I should say. And now I'll show you how to put the string in. So let's sew up the next one. So we have our crease on here. We're going to fold that over. And we're going to put a stitch across. Turn it around. Give it a little back stitch. Cut off the extra. Get our second piece and do the same thing. Back stitch, take it out. Okay, so now you have these two stitched across the top. You're going to want to put them opposite. So this one down, this one up. You're going to match them up. And you're going to want to go down the edges. Don't worry about if it doesn't totally line up, because you could trim it. This is the inside. It's going to get turned inside out. Just take your time. Across the bottom. Don't forget, don't go past that top stitch line where the string is going to go through. We're going to go around one more time, make a double stitch. Didn't go far enough. Back stitch. Okay. Now that one's done also. It gets turned inside out. Alright, let me get the sewing machine out of the way and I'll show you how to put the drawstrings in. Okay, we're back. I turned them inside out again. I wanted to mention one other thing. You could trim off the ends here a little bit so that when you turn it inside out, they're not bunched up that way. I'll show you what I mean. So I'll take this and I'll go where the stitch line is. It's probably hard to see because it's black, but just right about the top of there, and just give it a little pinch off like that. And I'll show you the difference when I fold this out. Okay, see the ends now compared to that? It's not critical, but it just kind of makes it look a little cleaner. So I'm going to give this a little nip off too. Okay, we'll do the same thing on this one. Now just be aware if you're using a different type of material, like I said, that phrase, you're gonna have to do this before you do the hemming, because you're gonna want that hemmed over so it doesn't come apart. Now it's better to put the cord in while it's inside out. Now if you have your access to some of this floral wire, this works perfectly. And you're going to need some cordage here. This is just nylon paracord. You can use any type. They have drawstring material in, like, you know, Joann's fabric or Michael's or something like that. So what you're going to want to do is get yourself a little piece started. You're going to take this floral wire, okay, and you want to bend it with a little loop. Very small loop. And you're going to want to feed it through the opening so it comes out the other side. And you want to open that up, take your cord, put it in here like this. Then you're going to want to bend it around with this little tag end of the wire now facing the opposite direction, so that when you pull it through here it doesn't get hung up. And just kind of work it in there. Slip it through. Then bend this back down and that'll come right out. Okay? Now for this one we're going to use the 2-string method. So now we need to come over to the other side and put this through. Take our string, put that on the end, bend that over, and slip it through. Okay? So now we have the string going through one end, coming back out the other. And then we'll trim this off. Now we want to put our wire back facing the other way, like that, right? And we're going to come in on the side that has the loop, and we're going to come through there, come out the other side that has the 2 opened ends, put our string through there, bend that around, so now that the point's facing the other direction, pull it through, open it up, take it out. Okay? Now you want to do the same thing on the other side, the tag end, the looped end. Push it through. Figure out how long we want this. Say right about there. You can cut that. Put that on there. Fold that around. Feed it through. Open this up. Take out your rope. So now you have the 2 loops on the ends. You can just snug that up like that. Take your 2 ends, just put a simple square knot in them. One knot like that. One knot like that. Then take your bag, flip it inside out, or right side out. There you have it. Now when you pull these 2 strings, whoop, it closes your draw bag. So that's the one type. Okay. Now, if you only had 2 pieces and you didn't want to have this double string, you could just put the 1 string through, and you know, you'd see it on the end, but it's not really a big deal. It ends up being just like this bag with the 1 string. You could do that with 2 pieces. So, but you get that one. This is the one type. Then the second type, you'll do the same thing with your string. Get your wire. This is a little trickier because you kind of gotta bend the wire around the circle back here. So just kind of bend the wire inside there. Get it to come around. Just go slowly till it comes out. Okay. Then you want to put the end of your cord on there. Not enough of that for me to grab. Bend that around so it's facing the opposite way now. Then you want to start to feed that in. There it is. Take the wire off. Figure out how much you want to be left. Cut that off. Turn it right side out. You can even up the ropes. Press the little spring down. Slip that through. Give yourself a little overhand knot there. And there you have it. Well, there you go. That's how I do stuff. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.